The myth of Eros and Psyche. The myth of Eros and Psyche is a story that transcends time, interweaving passion, jealousy, trust, and redemption into a masterpiece of love's triumph. It tells of Psyche, a mortal princess so breathtakingly beautiful that even the gods noticed her, and Eros, the enigmatic god of love who defied divine wrath to be with her. Their journey is one of transformation, love tested through trials, purified by pain, and ultimately rewarded with eternal happiness. This is a tale that whispers to the soul, reminding us that true love is worth every sacrifice. Psyche's beauty was extraordinary, a gift so profound that it outshone all mortal standards and even rivaled the divine. As the youngest daughter of a king, her grace and allure captured the hearts of all who beheld her. People began to flock to see her, forsaking their temples and offerings to Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Over time, the once thriving altars of Aphrodite grew silent, her worshippers redirecting their reverence to the mortal princess. Although Psyche never sought such admiration, the goddess saw it as an affront to her divinity. Consumed by jealousy, Aphrodite vowed to punish Psyche for daring to overshadow her. Yet, while Psyche was adored by all, her beauty brought her no joy. Men admired her but never approached her, intimidated by her perfection. Her sisters, though less stunning, found happiness in marriage, while Psyche remained alone. Despite her radiance, her heart longed for a love that seemed forever out of reach. As Psyche's loneliness deepened, her father grew desperate. Seeking answers, he turned to the oracle of Apollo, only to receive a devastating prophecy. Psyche was destined to marry not a man, but a fearsome, winged serpent. A creature so terrifying it was feared by the gods themselves. Resigned to her tragic fate, Psyche prepared to meet her husband. On the day of her sacrifice, she was dressed as a bride and escorted to a desolate mountaintop. Her family, overcome with sorrow, wept as if she were already dead. Alone and trembling, Psyche awaited the creature she was fated to marry, her heart heavy with fear and despair. Meanwhile, Aphrodite had set her plan into motion. She summoned her son Eros, the god of love and desire, and commanded him to use his arrows to curse Psyche. He was to make her fall in love with the vilest creature imaginable. Eros, obedient to his mother's wishes, set out to carry out her vengeful command. However, as he gazed upon Psyche, something extraordinary happened. Her beauty pierced through his heart, and he found himself captivated. Struck by his own arrow, Eros fell deeply in love with her. Unable to harm her as his mother had ordered, he instead resolved to protect her, keeping his feelings hidden from Aphrodite. As Psyche stood alone on the mountaintop, something miraculous occurred. The gentle west wind, Zephyr, swept her into the air and carried her to a serene valley. Nestled within the valley was a palace unlike any she had ever seen. Its golden columns sparkled, its jeweled walls shimmered, and the air was filled with soft, enchanting music. Inside this magical palace, Psyche found comfort. Invisible servants attended to her every need, and the halls echoed with warmth and wonder. Yet, even in this splendor, she felt a pang of loneliness. Her husband, unseen by day, visited her only under the cover of night. His voice was kind, his presence comforting, and Psyche slowly began to trust him. Though she had never seen his face, love began to grow between them. For a time, Psyche was content, but her heart still ached for her family. With her husband's reluctant permission, she invited her two sisters to visit. When they arrived, they were awestruck by the grandeur of her life. However, jealousy soon consumed them. Seeing Psyche's happiness, they planted seeds of doubt in her mind. "Who is your husband?" they whispered. "What is he hiding from you? Surely he must be the monstrous serpent from the prophecy." Their words gnawed at Psyche's heart, and she began to question the man she loved. One night, unable to bear the uncertainty, Psyche lit an oil lamp to see her husband as he slept. To her astonishment, she found not a monster but Eros, the radiant god of love, whose beauty was beyond mortal comprehension. But as she leaned closer, a drop of oil spilled from the lamp and fell onto Eros, waking him. Heartbroken by her betrayal, Eros fled. Before disappearing into the night, he left her with a devastating truth. Love cannot exist without trust. Alone once more, Psyche was filled with regret and resolved to do whatever it took to win back the love she had lost. Desperate to reunite with Eros, Psyche sought out Aphrodite, hoping to earn her forgiveness. The goddess, still bitter with jealousy, devised a series of impossible tasks designed to break Psyche's spirit. First, Aphrodite demanded that Psyche sort an enormous pile of mixed seeds overnight. Though it seemed an insurmountable challenge, a colony of ants came to her aid, sorting the seeds perfectly by morning. Next, she was ordered to gather golden fleece from a dangerous flock of fire-breathing sheep. A kind reed whispered advice, guiding her to collect tufts of wool caught in thorn bushes, sparing her from harm. For the third task, Psyche was sent to retrieve water from the deadly river Styx. An eagle, sent by Zeus, swooped down to fill her vessel, saving her from certain death. Finally, Aphrodite commanded Psyche to descend into the underworld to retrieve a portion of Persephone's beauty. Following the advice of a talking tower, Psyche navigated the perilous journey and successfully returned with the box. However, overcome by curiosity, she opened the box, hoping to enhance her own beauty. Instead, she fell into a death-like sleep. Eros, who had been recovering from his wounds, could no longer bear to be apart from Psyche. Finding her lifeless body, he gently wiped the sleep from her face and revived her with a kiss. Filled with love and forgiveness, he carried her to Olympus to plead their case before Zeus. Zeus, moved by their love and Psyche's unwavering devotion, granted her immortality. With a cup of ambrosia, Psyche was transformed into a goddess, ensuring that she and Eros could be together forever. Even Aphrodite, at last, accepted Psyche as her daughter-in-law, and peace was restored. With the blessing of the gods, Eros and Psyche were wed in a grand ceremony on Olympus. Their union, tested and purified through countless trials, became eternal. Together they had a daughter, Hedone, whose name means pleasure. Their story symbolizes the perfect harmony between love and the soul, a tale of joy and fulfillment that continues to inspire. The myth of Eros and Psyche reminds us that love is not without challenges. Trust is its foundation, and perseverance is its strength. Through their trials and ultimate triumph, we see that love, when tested, becomes stronger, enduring even the harshest storms. This timeless tale continues to resonate, offering lessons on the challenges and rewards of true love.